Hey, my good friend Mitch sent me a watch to check out. He purchased this very cool solar Seiko chronograph with the dive bezel. He chose this model. This is the ssc618, and then there's a P1 after that. But it has this really cool looking rose gold color to it. It comes with the silicone, the newer silicone strap that Seiko has, which is, I mean, anybody that has one, you can see it. I didn't want to clean it off or anything. It's a big time lint catcher. Has nice matching hardware there. Screw down case back with some information there. Has screw down crown, screw down pushers. Go ahead and start that while we're talking about it. You can see down there on the bottom it says Movement Japan, and it says V175. That's the movement. The solar chronograph movement is the V175. So you can see it's displayed on the bottom. There's a solar on the minute counter. Then it has over here where the 3 o'clock is, it has your 24-hour dial. And the hour and minute hand. Of course, it's going to have good loom. I'll show you that in a minute. The bezel action. It's what you come to know, love, and expect from Seiko. Has that nice clicky click sound. Everything lines up pretty good. We have Hardlex crystal. Oh, I didn't unscrew that one. Resets back. We have drilled lugs. Okay, while we're talking about that though, let's bust out some measurements. This was one thing I was worried about. I thought it was going to be too big, but in classic, man, I don't know how I'm going to get a measurement on this. I'll measure the bezel. I think it says in the information it's supposed to be like 43.5, and it's got to be like 43.5. It's right in there. Thickness, it's a flat Hardlex. There's no bezel or dome to it or anything, so it's 14 thick. And then lug to lug, we're looking at like 50. Zoom back out. I'm going to throw this on my 7 1/8 inch wrist, because just like almost all Seikos, they don't wear as big as the numbers tell you. Like, to me, that is kind of a bigger watch compared to what I've been wearing lately. But this thing feels great on wrist. And I don't have one with the bracelet, and I'll show you some other model numbers. They come with bracelet, but I think this particular style I prefer on this silicone. I think that helps with the comfort level of it. It just settles in nice. And I think if I had a nice tan going, which my tan's fading, you know, we're towards the end of summer into fall now. I think that rose gold would even work if I had a nice tan going, or if you got darker complexion. You got the date display. What is that? About the 4:30-ish mark. Oh man, this is. I never really looked at the solar chronos. I've seen in the past. I've seen. I don't know the old part number, but there are some different color variants of the previous generation, I think, which would have been the first generation. I think this might be like the second. So if we look over here at the iPad, I'll show you real quick. And even that rose gold one I just showed you, that Mitch's, that's a ssc618. And I don't know if you guys follow or search up Seiko's part numbers, but they always usually end in an odd part number. So it's weird. Now we have to look at for like even part numbers too, and they traditionally haven't done that. So this is the hopefully I'm not going to screw this up. Okay, so this one with the bracelet with the yellow trim is the ssc613. The green trim one is the ssc615. And then this I guess would be Coke bezel one, which I think if I were to buy one, I would probably go after this one because I'd want the silicone. Even though I'm a bracelet guy, I know that, but I think on this watch, for some reason, this new silicone strap, I think is a perfect match for this watch. This would be the one I would go after, and this is I think this is the ssc617, and they range in price anywhere from, if you look on, sorry for the camera work there, I don't edit, so they range in price anywhere from, I'm looking at them anywhere from like the $250 to $300 range basically. So I'm not sure what Mitch paid for this one, but I know he'll really enjoy this one for a long time. I think this is definitely, I could definitely see adding, like I said, that black and red one. I could definitely see wearing that thing. Probably more so in the summer. It is a little bit taller at 14 millimeter. It's not going to feel as comfortable underneath the shirt cuff. But I think even at that, it's still definitely doable because it has you can see how it's got the bevel there. So it's not like some watches where they're just squared off, like the SKX or the Monster. So the case shape and everything, it's really nice. I really dig it. And, for just over $200, and I haven't even looked on the used market yet, but that black and red one, the 617, that looks awesome. And then this one, I think if you have a little bit darker, if you have a nice tan going or a darker complexion, I would definitely consider that rose gold. That looks awesome. So thanks, Mitch, for loaning this in. And that is my quick look at the ssc618. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Which one would you pick if you're in the market for this? And I think you might want to consider getting one of these if you have like anything over a 7-inch wrist. This would be a pretty sweet watch to add in if you have room in your collection for something like this, or you just want to maybe buy a 617 and then sell it to me for used for a lot less. I would definitely be willing to look at that. Have a good night, guys. You probably thought I was going to forget to do the Loom Shot. I did actually. I just spliced it back in. Typical Seiko awesome loom. I blasted it with a flashlight real quick, but you guys know what these things do. The loom is just awesome on Seiko. They really spoiled us. They're the best in the game with it. And it doesn't disappoint on this one either.